Hi guys, we're here with one more interview with Sebastian Quinones. Is that the way we pronounce your name?
That's it, Quinones.
Quinones, okay, Quinones, okay. And he's a great dancer here in the US. And we're gonna listen a little bit more about what he does, about his life. We're gonna ask some questions. Estamos hoje com o Sebastian. Quer falar? Fala você.
Sebastian Quinones, né? Ele é dançarino extremamente famoso aqui nos Estados Unidos, mais propriamente no estado da Flórida, né? E nós vamos conversar com ele sobre as influências, né? Quando é que ele começou na dança, e esperamos que o público brasileiro goste bastante dessa entrevista.
Okay, good morning, Sebastian.
Good morning.
All right, so we're gonna start. Sylvia's gonna ask in Portuguese and we'll translate here, okay? Go
Awesome.
ahead.
Como os Estados Unidos são um país de imigrantes, né? O seu nome, Quinones, é natural dos Estados Unidos?
So he's asking, since the United States, it's an immigrant country, your name sounds a little bit different, right? Is that Quinones is a name from the US, or what's the story?
So actually, I'm from Puerto Rico. So my family was all born in Puerto Rico, and I'm the first US born. So I was the first one raised here in the States, kind of through and through. So I've been here most of my life, but my heritage is all Puerto Rican. Everyone in my family is Puerto Rican.
All right. Então, o Sebastian, ele é porto-riquenho, por isso ele tem esse nome diferente, né? Então, ele é a primeira geração aqui nos Estados Unidos. Ele nasceu aqui e é a primeira geração de americanos da família dele.
Bem legal. Todos dizem, né, que o nosso convidado começou a dançar por volta dos 5 anos. Então, a gente vai perguntar para ele se isso é verdade e quem foi que o levou para a dança.
So, Sebastian, since I start joining the dance here in Orlando, everybody used to say, oh, that's Sebastian. Sebastian started when he was 5 years old. And then we want to know if this is true and who took you to the dance, because 5 years, you're too young to go by yourself. So someone had...
Very true.
You, yes. So tell
Very
us
true.
about...
Well, it's not far off. I actually started when I was 8 years old. So a little bit later. I started when I was 8, but yeah, I started when I was 8. My mom always used to teach us salsa in the living room, you know? So when I was a kid, we were dancing salsa in the living room, and I picked up here and there, but very little, you know, very little. And after that, I got interested in salsa. I wanted to go do a performance at a talent show. I didn't know anything, you know, I knew basics. So my mom took me to a studio, and then I kind of just fell in love with it after that. A year later, I did the talent show and I won the talent show. So after that, I just kept dancing, you know, I just couldn't stop. So it's been 15 years now, about 15 years.
Was it
Awesome.
on the TV? This show wasn't on TV? A TV show?
No, oh my goodness. No, it was actually at a small elementary school. It was this small little itty bitty thing. But for me, it was massive, you know, it was this life-changing thing.
Yeah, that's very surprising. That's very surprising. That's why you dance salsa so well. I danced with you salsa, and it was like, wow, he dances very well, different than the American ones, right?
Oh my God, yeah. It's I learned Puerto Rican street salsa. That was the first dance that I ever did, you know. Okay. I still do it today. So
all right, so let me say that in Portuguese. So
it's similar to Cuban salsa.
Cuban salsa. Yeah, it's similar to Cuban salsa, right?
Definitely.
That's what we dance, you know. In Brazil, we dance the Cuban salsa. That's why
yeah. So it's very, very similar to that. Less like ballroom studio, more street and urban, you know.
Yeah, that's right. So, Sebastian tá falando aqui pra gente que não foi aos 5 anos que ele começou a dançar, mas aos 8. Quer dizer, não faz muita diferença, mas... Então, que quem levou ele para dançar foi a mãe, que ensinava salsa para ele, e aí ele ganhou um campeonato de salsa numa escola, e desde então ele continua dançando, ele sempre gostou. Então é a salsa urbana que ele diz, né? Que não é a salsa de dança de salão, é a salsa mais urbana. E foi assim que ele começou a carreira dele, né, como dançarino.
Uma outra pergunta que eu acho que cabe: tem mais alguém na família, na sua família, Sebastian, que tem assim esse talento para essa coisa voltada para o lado artístico, que toque, que dance, né?
Yeah, he's asking if there is anybody in your family that has this artistic, you know, vein, as this dance thing in the blood.
Dance or sing, né?
Yeah, that dance or sing or
Mm.
anything, any artistic
Yeah.
talent.
Or play the
Yeah, good question. Good question. I'll say that my parents, even though they don't dance for a living like I do, they met dancing. So, you know, back in the 80s, I think it's in the 80s, but they met dancing salsa. So salsa and kind of street dancing was such a popular thing for them. That was how they like met people and how they you know got out, how they had fun. So they met dancing salsa, and that was their form of creativity. And then it kind of carried over to me. So my brother is also a hip hop dancer, and he makes music. He's a DJ. So he has a creative bug. I think him and I both got it from our parents, you know, that kind of met dancing and still dance to this day. They go out all the time and just go salsa dancing, you know, just like you guys. They, you know, they love to just go
we
out
met at
and
the dance too.
right.
Really?
It's the same thing for them. So
That's nice.
Mas o irmão é mais novo ou mais velho?
Your brother is younger or older than you?
he's a little older than me. He's about 2.5 years older than me. So he DJs, he makes music that way, and he also dances hip hop. He has every hip hop muscle that I never got. So I can't dance hip hop for anything. I can do couples
I
dancing.
think if you try,
salsa.
you can.
Maybe. I might leave it to him for now. You know,
right.
maybe later.
Yeah, it's just you and your brother, just the two of you?
Yeah, just the
You
two
have
of
more?
us. So we've always kind of been creative. I think since we were kids, we always wanted to do something creative, whether it was dancing or acting or playing music, something like that, you know, always interested us
That's
from a
very
young age.
nice, very nice. Então, Sebastian está dizendo que a família toda é envolvida, né, na arte. Os pais se conheceram na dança, dançando salsa, e o irmão, ele tem um irmão que ele é DJ e dançarino de hip hop. Então, quer dizer, a dança está na veia, né, dessa família, né? Muito bom. Ok. O que você quer perguntar?
Não, vamos perguntar para ele, né? Quais são os ritmos favoritos, ele, né? Como um profissional de dança de salão, quais são os seus ritmos preferidos?
Okay, now that you are a ballroom dancer, a very well-known one, what are your favorite dances?
Ooh, that's a tough question. It's like asking what your favorite kid is. So I'd say West Coast Swing right now is one of my favorite dances. I think it's just such a creative kind of dance. You can do so much with it that you can kind of have a conversation and have a dialogue. So it feels less like, okay, I'm going to lead everything, you're going to follow everything. It's more like I lead something, then you do something, and then I react to that. So it feels like I ask a question, you answer the question, and then I ask another question. Kind of like this interview, you know?
Yeah.
It's shaped by kind of what people say and how they dance. So West Coast Swing, I think right now is the top of my list. Salsa is like my first love. So I think I still love salsa because it was the first thing I did, but West Coast Swing, I absolutely adore. You know, it's my favorite. Maybe some country as well, but
we can see that on the dance floor.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Eu não sei se eu entendi a resposta dele, mas achei incrível. Me pareceu isso, né? Que ele disse que ele prefere o West Coast Swing, porque no West Coast Swing é como se você fizesse uma pergunta e
uma conversa. Ele está
conversa.
dizendo que é uma conversa.
Que é
né?
a mesma ideia de dança de salão que a gente tem no Brasil. Então, eu achei extremamente interessante essa resposta de Sebastian. Ele disse para a gente que ele prefere o West Coast Swing, mas que ele também gosta de salsa.
A salsa é o amor dele, né? O amor da vida dele, porque foi onde ele começou. Mas o West, hoje em dia, né? O West está sendo a dança favorita dele, por causa dessa questão, né, da conversa, né? Que é como essa entrevista que ele falou, né? Como a nossa entrevista aqui. Eu acho que ele entende tudo que a gente está falando. Do you speak Spanish?
I do. So like words are coming through and I'm like, yes, it's like an interview. So I'm like, luckily I know what I said, so I'm like translating it back.
We're not lying. We're telling the truth.
Yeah. I can tell.
E dentro dessa sua preferência, Sebastian, a gente gostaria de saber quem são os seus influenciadores, né? Em quem você se espelha para dançar?
According to the West, you said that West is your favorite dance, right? But who inspired you by dancing West? Because also we know it's your family, right?
Yeah. So who inspired my dance, or who inspired like West Coast Swing side of things?
why did you start dancing? Did you have an inspiration from a person?
Oh, that's a good question.
Quem ele assiste?
Yeah, who did you used to watch?
Oh, I have to say, I have to say my mom. My mom is definitely the biggest influence because like I said earlier, like when we were, cleaning the house on Sundays, she would move the furniture and we would just be in the living room dancing salsa basics, And I had 2 left feet. I couldn't dance at all at the time, but I loved it. I just enjoy being able to share that experience with her and being able to just do something that meant so much to her culturally and growing up. So that carried over to me when I started dancing salsa. And then it kind of just inspired me to continue dancing and continue learning about different cultures in that kind of way, engaging with dance as a way of learning about people and learning and getting to meet people as well. So it was just always a big thing. And it was also a creative way for me to speak creatively and express myself, whether it was anger or happiness or sadness. I could just express it through dance instead of trying to put together in words, if that makes sense. So I'd say my mother was a huge impact in that regard.
Então a mãe dele foi realmente a grande inspiradora, né, para dança, porque ele disse que quando eles arrumavam a casa, né, ela botava os móveis assim afastados e aí ficava aquele salão e eles dançavam, e ela ensinava ali os movimentos e ele gosta muito dessa forma de se expressar através da dança, quando ele está alegre, quando ele está triste, não importa o sentimento que ele está tendo, ele expressa através da dança, né, dos movimentos do corpo.
Okay. Deixa eu insistir com essa questão, Sebastian.
He wants to insist in the question.
Questão.
He's like that.
Eu já entendi que a sua mãe é uma inspiração constante para você. Mas, por exemplo, vou te dar um exemplo de uma coisa que eu gosto. Eu gosto de assistir um grupo francês, 2 irmãos, chamado Les Twins. Eles fazem uma dança urbana, uma dança de rua, e eles são muito famosos. Não, se você tivesse que ir assistir, ligar o seu computador para assistir determinado artista de Oeste, quem seria?
So he said that, for example, there is 2 guys, the twins, that he loves to watch them dancing. That's the street dance.
Yeah.
So he finds it so amazing. And he's asking about you, if there is, when you turn on the TV or whatever, or YouTube, whatever, what do you watch? I mean, what kind of dancer?
The West Coast
Swing dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch.
Oh man, the list is long, but I have a lot of people that I really love watching. So there is a French couple named Jakub and Emmeline. I think they're incredible. They come from contemporary dance, so you can see the influence of contemporary style of dance with the way they dance West Coast swing. It's so different, I'm so used to the structure, but they kind of break that structure apart. So Jakub and Emmeline are like a super huge inspiration for me. I think they dance so differently, but also some of the classic people like Gary McIntyre and Susan Kirkland, some of my mentors and coaches in a lot of ways, I think are super influential in how I approach the dance and how they structure their dance. I mean, Ben Morris is incredibly creative. I think the list is long, but I'd say Jakub and Emmeline and Gary and Susan, I think are some of the top couples in my opinion that I draw inspiration from, that I think are the best. They're at the top of their game and really changing the sport for the better,
All right. So Jakub,
there's more, but if I rack through all of them, we'd be here all night.
There is a French couple, and the other couple is American.
They're American. Well, he's Canadian and she's American. So
okay. The second one,
they're
right?
Also amazing.
Yeah, the first is French.
Yes, Jakub and Emmeline are French, and then Gary and Susan is Canadian and American respectively. So they kind of come from.
All right.
It's interesting with West Coast swing because there's so many people from all around the world that do it.
Yeah.
So their different ways of dancing the dance are so unique, because they come from such different backgrounds and such different cultures that I think it carries over, whether it's ballet or hip hop or ballroom, the influences work their way into how they dance this dance,
All right.
It's really cool to watch.
All right. Então ele disse que a inspiração dele, na verdade, ele falou que a lista é muito longa mas tem um casal de franceses que ele gosta muito de assistir e um americano com um canadense. Mas o que ele acha interessante é que o West Coast é uma dança que é vista em todo o mundo, né? Dançada em todo o mundo, e isso traz uma novidade, né? Porque cada um colabora com um pouquinho. Inclusive esse casal que ele falou, dos franceses, eles têm uma coisa muito da dança contemporânea, né? E eles incluem no West Coast, o que torna a dança, né, um pouco diferente. Então, talvez, né, os movimentos dele tão bacanas, porque ele dançando é um show, gente. Vocês vão ver depois o vídeo. Então, ele gosta de assistir esses casais que dançam de formas até diferentes, né? Porque vindo de outros lugares do mundo, é muito comum que outros movimentos, né, se incluam no West Coast.
Só a nível, até te dar uma referência para a gente. Ele lembra o nome do casal de franceses?
Ele falou.
Mas pergunta a ele. Não,
yeah. Can you just repeat the names of the couple, the
Yeah,
French couple?
yeah, definitely. So it's Jakubek. So it's easy to spell. And then Emmeline.
And Emmeline.
Emmeline Rochefort.
Emmeline. Oh, she is a beautiful dancer.
Right?
I know her. Emily.
Yeah.
She is thin. No.
What is that?
She is very thin. No,
Very thin.
É uma morena.
Elegant.
Elegant. Ela é uma morena.
A dark skin.
She's blonde. No.
She's blonde or dark skin?
Não, ela é morena.
Okay, she's not blonde. Blonde é loura.
Loura. Dark skin. Yeah.
Okay, so now he remembers.
She's incredible.
Very friend of him.
Não, eu te mostrei, é porque eu mostrei para você, Amelie, uma das últimas, muito legal.
Okay, so he really likes her too, very much.
Yeah, well, good. You have good taste. I like it.
O Silvio já conhece os franceses, aí ele gosta muito também de vê-los dançar. Então vamos.
Mas ela está dançando aqui nos Estados Unidos, por uma das últimas vezes que eu vi. Quais são os seus planos em relação à dança de salão? O que você pensa atualmente ou para o seu futuro? Como é que está?
What are your plans on the ballroom dance?
Oh, great question.
Yeah.
I kind of have a lot of them. I kind of have a lot of them. I currently compete on the country western circuit, and I'm at the top division in the country western circuit. I'd love to kind of achieve greatness there, win the division if I can. Compete more in West Coast swing, kind of get out there more, be able to go to different events around the world, whether that's in California or New York or, across the seas. And France would be amazing. I'd love to do that. Really just be able to experience different West Coast swing, different country cultures, different ballroom cultures, and get to meet people that way and kind of continue growing my art form. I think I started at 8 years old and I was a student then. Now I teach, but I still am a student. I'm still learning so much from these amazing people and different dancers that I think I want to keep growing that way, keep being a student, keep learning, and kind of seeing how far I can go with it, seeing how much I could possibly learn and how many people I could meet and how much dancing there is left to do. That all makes sense.
Ok, ele está dizendo que os planos dele para o futuro é justamente continuar aprendendo a dançar, porque ele falou que ele já é um profissional, ele já dá aulas, né? E apesar dele ter começado com 8 anos, ele falou que já aprendeu bastante, mas sempre tem mais a aprender. Então, o plano dele é viajar pelo mundo, né? Conhecer as danças de outras partes do mundo, competir em outros lugares, na França, ele gostaria muito de competir lá na França. E ele aqui já participou de várias competições, né? Ele já é um pro, né? Um profissional aqui. E ele gostaria de viajar o mundo para aprender, né, mais formas de dançar. Então, a dança realmente é a paixão dele, né? That's your passion, right? Dance is your passion.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, beyond anything,
Pergunta para isso, para a gente ter uma ideia, né? Até para o brasileiro, como é que você se torna aqui um profissional de dança? Como é que é essa...
He's asking about the path to become a professional dancer here in the US.
I'll say, like, for me at least, I think I kind of fell into it. So I had been a student for, I think, going on about 10 years. And at some point someone was like, well, like at a level you're at, you could be teaching people how to dance, I had never even thought about it as that. So to hear that from someone, I was like, oh, hold on a second. Is there a way I could get lucky enough to be doing what I love to do and then making a living doing it, you know? So to find something that I was passionate about, that I could make money and, you know, pay my rent doing was incredible. I think it's all about making sure that you continue to study and making sure that you are being a good part of the community and making sure that people respect your knowledge, and you're continuing to gain more knowledge, you know? So I think that in order to become a good pro, you have to be kind of respectful, knowledgeable, adaptable, and change the way you teach, you know? So it's gearing yourself not towards what you need as an instructor, more so towards what your students need, you know? And saying to people like, hey, I know what I know, and I'm here to share that knowledge with you, you know, as best that I can. It's not an easy thing to do, but I think it's a rewarding thing to do. You know?
That's a nice answer. Is that mandatory to compete and also get some titles on those competitions, or it's just?
I don't know that it's mandatory. I think there are lots of people who never actually competed on those big circuits and still are insanely influential because it's their knowledge, right, that you go for. You know that they have this many years of experience, or they've done this and that as far as experience goes. I don't think you need to be on the circuits. I think it can be helpful for getting your name out there, but it's more so like an avenue to help people know who you are, you know? And I think it's good to go out to those events and compete at those events because you learn something, you know? I don't compete because I want the title, but I compete because I learn something every time I do it, you know? I gain knowledge that way.
All right. Oh, that's great. That's nice to hear that. Ele falou que para ser bom profissional de dança, ele falou que o principal é você estar sempre aprendendo. E uma coisa que ele falou que é bem interessante, não é só o que ele precisa como professor, mas o que o aluno precisa do professor. Então, é preciso conhecer também esse mundo do aluno para que ele possa realmente transmitir, né, corretamente, de uma forma mais apropriada, para que o aluno aprenda com maior facilidade. E realmente o Sebastian, ele é um grande professor. A gente já faz aula com ele e ele realmente é fantástico. Ele tem uma didática muito legal, não é? Uma didática muito boa. O Silvio, que tem um pouco de dificuldade com o inglês, mas ele consegue fazer uma aula com o Sebastian de uma forma assim bem tranquila. Ele é muito didático, ele é muito bom, ele presta atenção nos detalhes, mas isso vem do conhecimento que ele apreende. E eu perguntei se ele precisava, se era necessário aqui nos Estados Unidos participar de competições para ser considerado um profissional da dança. E ele disse que não é obrigatório, que as pessoas gostam muito, e ele gosta muito de competir, ele já competiu em vários lugares, né, vários estados diferentes também, mas que o importante na competição para ele é o aprendizado que ele adquire dos outros dançarinos, né, dessa experiência toda. Então, o aprendizado para ele é fundamental, e para ser um bom instrutor, tem que ter isso sempre, né, sendo atualizado, o aprendizado sempre atualizado. Okay, you're a great instructor, Sebastian. I was telling them that you are wonderful. Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I do my best. I love doing it.
Yes, you are.
Então, a nossa última pergunta, né, é que nós sabemos que ele vai mudar de estado, né, e que vai ter uma festa de despedida. Se ele pode falar para a gente para onde ele vai e contar para a gente detalhes dessa festa, até para a gente ajudar a divulgar de alguma forma.
Você, nos seus planos, você não comentou que você está saindo de Orlando, né? E nós estamos sabendo também disso. Então, a gente queria saber, né, essa parte aí dos seus planos, e se a sexta-feira agora, o baile que vai ter, seria o baile da sua despedida de Orlando. E vamos fazer uma propaganda do baile, né? Então ele vai falar agora sobre isso, tá? Então, you didn't include in your plans the leaving Orlando to Austin, right? You didn't say anything. So we believe this is still part of your plan, and also we would like to know more about it, and if the party that you're gonna host this Friday, if it's your goodbye party. And we are not going to be orphan of you, right?
So it is my kind of formal good bon voyage party, at least for now, you know. So basically, I've been in Orlando for 23 years, and learned so much here. And I think the opportunity I got in Austin was to work with one of my coaches regularly and work at the studio that he works at. and also being able to dance with an amazing partner that lives out there. So it was kind of the best of all the worlds in that regard. And it's an important step for me in my career as a student, you know, and learning more, and to have that opportunity to kind of fall in my lap. It was like, wow, this is something I have to do, something I have to pursue. It was difficult, you know, because I'm going to miss all my dance family here, but I'll see everyone, you know, about every other month or every quarter. So I'm hoping to be able to come out here and still see you guys and share whatever I'm learning out there. But yeah, this Friday is my formal going away party. So I'll be sharing as much dancing as I can with everyone and kind of having a good time doing it, you know?
Okay, and we're gonna be there. Is the coach, yeah, you were invited by your coach? Is that it?
Yeah, so he's the one that called me about the opportunity and said like, hey, I think it'd be a good idea for you to consider coming out here to Austin. You could work out here, you could work with me out here, and your dance partner, you could potentially have a dance partner out here. So I mentioned a few names earlier, Jakub and Emmeline, and then I also mentioned Gary and Susan. Gary McIntyre is the one who I was talking to. So like for him to be one of my inspirations for most of my dance life, and then to have that opportunity was like, what, this is crazy, I can't believe this, you know, kind of surreal.
So Gary is the guy?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so he's your coach?
Yes, I'd certainly say so. I think he's especially later on and in the next few years, like he's the main hand that I want to be molding my dance, because he's been able to achieve in country western, in ballroom, in West Coast swing. He's achieved things that, you know, I hope of one day achieving. So to have someone like that being able to work with you is I mean, it's insane, it's crazy.
Wow,
you know, it's unbelievable. So I'm very excited about it. Very exciting.
All right, that's good. Então ele está falando que ele vai realmente, né, deixar a gente aqui em Orlando. Ele vai para Austin. Ele foi convidado pelo coach dele, que na verdade é o Gary, um daqueles que ele falou que o inspirou, né, na dança. E ele o convidou para trabalhar lá com ele no estúdio, e ele vai ter uma parceira lá, e ele falou que vai sim, porque é uma grande oportunidade para ele, né, se melhorar e aprender mais ainda, e também vai ser uma experiência diferente, né, principalmente por estar com o coach dele, com o cara que realmente o inspira muito na dança. Então vai ter muito west, muito country, e nessa sexta-feira vai haver um baile, e ele vai promover esse baile como um baile de despedida dele daqui de Orlando. Mas ele vai estar sempre indo e vindo para cá, né? Não vai abandonar a gente de vez, não.
Sexta-feira, que dia?
Ok. Sexta-feira. Bom, para o pessoal do Brasil não adianta que ninguém vem. Então vamos falar agora em inglês sobre o baile para poder divulgar. Okay, so now let's make your advertisement about your dance on Friday. So where is going to be, what time, how much, what we're going to do?
Beautiful. So the dance is this Friday coming up. I think it's the 30th. Yeah, the 30th, Friday the 30th. It's going to be at the Rosen Center. So they have a West Coast Swing event going on, and as a part of that West Coast Swing event, we're running a country ballroom dance with a mix of country music, ballroom music, West Coast swing music, a little bit of everything for everyone in the Orlando dance community. It's from 8 to 11, and it's $12. So it'll be $12, and it should be very exciting. There's lots of people going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun dancing, and I'll be out there dancing with everyone. So you'll have to grab a dance with me too.
Well, get prepared. I'll be there.
There you go. Good.
And can we buy the ticket at the time of the?
Yeah, you can buy tickets at the door. They aren't doing any advance, so just get there with $12 in hand, and they'll square you up, and then you'll be ready to go.
All right.
I'm very excited for that, so it should be fun.
Very good. We're gonna be there, right? Anything else you want to say?
Não, eu estou satisfeito. Você pergunta se ele quer, gostaria de dizer
Do you want to say
coisa?
anything else? Your last words?
And I thank you for doing this. It's a super cool thing that you guys are doing. I'm glad to be able to kind of share my dance experience and my history with you guys a little bit, and that's about it.
All right.
I'll see you on the dance floor pretty much.
Okay, it was very nice having you, Sebastian. Thank you very much for your time. I know you're going to teach in a few minutes.
That's right.
We're going to close this video.
Eu disse para ele que eu gostaria de vê-lo dançando bolero, Brazilian bolero.
He want to see you dancing a Brazilian bolero.
Yeah.
I'm adding it to the list. You'll have to be my teacher.
Okay, whenever you come back to Orlando, when you leave, when you come back, right? We can maybe arrange.
There you go.
Do
now we're talking.
Right?
I love it. Perfect.
All right. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
You're
Of course. Thank you guys.
a very great dancer. Okay, one of the
Awesome.
best.
You have a great day.
You too. Thank you
We'll
guys.
see you on Friday. Okay.
Yes. We'll see you Friday.
All right. Don't forget to send us your videos because we're gonna play
Deal.
your videos here after our interview. Okay.
Awesome. Sounds great. I will do. Beautiful.
Thank
Talk to
you.
you guys
Have
later.
an awesome
Yeah,
day and an
bye.
awesome
Will
fun.
do.
Bye.
You too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.